Hi there and welcome. In this video I want to show you a brand new feature that comes with the recent RavenDB that is named AI Attachments. As you can see here, we have a really simple human resource assistant. This is a chat application that allows you to impersonate and test various AI related capabilities in RavenDB. You can select Alice, Bob, Carol. So let's go with Carol. And as you can see here on the left, we have this small icon that you can click and select a specific build report. So let's go with the tech conference and let's try to add it. Let's add it as a business trip expense. We can send it, and then what happens underneath is that LLM will have it processed. As you can see, the answer appeared, and here we have the data related to this very specific ticket. So let's try to report that as our business trip expense. So again, we'll ask our chat to report it and to store it accordingly to the business trip procedures. As you can see, it stated that yes, that the bill has been reported properly. We have now the business trip bill identifier, and now we can move forward and, for example, view monthly expenses, add another bill, or say simply no thanks. So this is a simple application. Let's dive a bit deeper how it works underneath. So if we take a look at the database, you will see that there is this HR Assistant database. And this is RavenDB Studio, where you can navigate and take a look at different databases that your cluster hosts. So if we click here, we'll see that we have a new conversation. So we can click on the conversations, and you will see that one of them has been recently created, which is Carol. If we take a look at this conversation, you will see that, of course, there is the system prompt, then the user with some parameters, and then we ask to add a specific business trip expense. Okay, usually what would happen is that you would send a large binary payload over the wire every single time this conversation goes back and forth between the client and the underlying large language model. As you can see here, something different happened, and we can see that here we have the bill number 5, and it's named as the attachment. On the right, you can also see that to the very document that describes the conversation that Carol had, we just attach a binary payload that is 27 kilobytes long. And this is the bill 5, which we just uploaded to the chat. So you can take a look and notice that basically our conversation, it just got much smaller, because we won't be sending this very same attachment over and over again, but we'll send it only once, extract the data, and then whenever it's needed, the agent and the underlying LLM can, using a specific tool, get this image again if it goes out of the context window. So what we did with just this simple amendment, we just greatly minimized the number of tokens that will be burned as this conversation goes on. Now let's take a look at the underlying code. Here's a short snippet of the chat method that is used to support that. We could go through all the limiters, etc., but our main point of interest is actually adding this attachment. As you can see, is as straightforward as calling one method. What you will do is that you will add attachment, and then you can provide the binary payload here. What happens underneath is handled by RavenDB itself. So we will add that to the conversation like you saw. We will make sure that this payload is sent only once, and then whenever it's referred to, it can refer to the data that are parsed by the underlying LLM, and then it saves you all these precious tokens that you would otherwise spend on resending the same binary payload over and over again as the conversation goes on. If you are more interested in learning how this small sample is built, you can visit our GitHub page and take a look at the RavenDB/sampleshr. And don't forget to grab a free developer license. Take care.